This is a video that I normally probably wouldn't make. It's something that's way outside of my comfort zone, and it's something that honestly a lot of you that are diehards probably already know. But I think it's important to tell y'all because there's a different strategy I think fans and NASCAR itself can take to really get people invested more and make it more of a big deal to do so. And it's NASCAR's hidden superpower or weapon of sort. It's been sitting in plain sight forever, and that is the fact that NASCAR is just plainly better in person. For us diehards, this is obvious, but when it comes to new fans or people who aren't NASCAR fans at the moment, it's something that they're not going to know. They're going to think of other stick and ball sports probably, like the NFL, like college football, like NBA or MLB or NHL, any of them. They're going to think, oh, well, unless you get the best seats in the house, it's probably not the greatest thing to go to. And that's where NASCAR and, in my opinion, NASCAR fans have the responsibility to show people and get them there in a better way. So I would say that NASCAR is truly the only sports league that is leagues better in person. And there's a couple big reasons for why that also have other reasons that include this. First off is the view. You can see pretty much everything at any track you go to outside of a normal road course. And if the track is really big, even if it's hard to see from a distance, like a Daytona or Talladega, there's enough screens up so that it's easy to see what's going on during that part of the race when, say, they're all the way across the track a mile away. And you really won't be able to miss a bit of it. As long as you keep your head on a swivel, you'll be able to catch pretty much all of the action. Also, the sound. You can fully experience the sound in person in a way you just can't with your surround sound on TV. It's something that is almost unexplainable, but it has a specific way of setting the tone. And really, when you are in person, maybe sitting in turn 4, and you just hear the roar of the pack coming up, and it gets louder and louder until it flies right by you, well, at that point, then you know that kind of feel. It's something that almost sends a rush through your body. And also, something that's really big about NASCAR in person is the way you can get close and the full experience with it. In my opinion, the biggest part of this is the speed aspect. The problem, I think, with TV in a lot of ways is they're trying to catch everything. So a lot of times they'll either have really zoomed in shots or they'll have incredibly wide shots that make what's going on look slower. Look at some races in this past season, say like Homestead. There are different angles that make these cars look like they're crawling. Make them look like they're going 100 miles an hour, maybe, if they're fast forwarded. But these guys are going way faster than anyone really in person probably has ever gone. And in my opinion, this is a big reason why on the television side for a lot of younger viewers, that Formula One is sold. It just looks faster because they have the absolute perfect camera angles and everything like that. Well, when you're in person, you fully experience how fast they are. It doesn't matter where you sit, stand, kneel, wherever the hell you are going to see just how fast these 2-ton bricks in the air can go. And when you're in person, say at a faster track like Daytona, Talladega, Michigan, you're going to see guys go nearly 200 miles an hour right past you. And a lot of times, if you're close enough, you're going to have that rubber fly right up into your face like I did at my first race. Also, a big part of the experience is driver appearances. You're almost guaranteed at every NASCAR race you go to have 2 or 3 drivers probably speaking on a stage or taking questions or something like that and being right there in front of you 2, 3, 4 hours before a race. Other drivers might be going to the merch haulers to sign autographs for fans. You can literally shake the hand of your favorite driver or of a superstar. And that's something you just can't do anywhere else because a lot of stick and ball sports will just hide away their players in the locker rooms for most of the day, or they'll have them on the field behind a bunch of security. It's something uniquely NASCAR. And you can go to the grid too for honestly not too much money. It's something where you can be right up next to the cars, taking pictures next to them. You can see the crews getting ready, see into the garages. It's something that, again, is so much more in-depth and close than any other sport. The party atmosphere in the infield and outside the track is amazing too. And I think the part that sold a lot of people that I know when they go to their first NASCAR race is that you can bring your own beer inside, finish all that up, go back to your car, and bring more beer in. Now, it's not every track, but it's most of them, and that's something that's going to sell a lot of people. Just make sure you have a designated driver. Also, it excels over any other sport with experience. It's something where you just have to be there in person because you'll miss so many cool things in person that they have, whether it's about the racing or not. And it's relatively affordable compared to other sports too. Last year, I went to the Vikings-Jets game, and I sat, say, row 9 or so. And those tickets, had I not had deals and people who could cut me a few different codes, well, they would have been $400 to $500 a piece. Now, sit in that row at a NASCAR race and it's under $100. Hell, some of the better tickets that are higher, which is the better tickets, are a little over $100, but still way more affordable than the best seats in the house in any other major sport. My call to action to you is this. This next year, if you're able, bring your non-NASCAR fan friends to a race and do what I did. Just show them what it's like. I brought my fiance to Daytona and Talladega for her first races, and she loved it, and she's hooked. My mom and dad went to Michigan with me in 06 and 07, and they went from casuals to being hooked as well. It's something that just changes your perspective on the sport, and anyone who's remembering their first race knows how that change is. A few tracks I'd say to go to. Daytona and Talladega are givens. If you're able to go to those, they have the most action, and if your friend or family is into that kind of wrecking mentality, they're going to probably have the biggest wrecks. And unless it's a 2013 Daytona 500, they won't be single file the whole time. The Bristol Night Race as well. Probably the biggest stadium feel in NASCAR, and even when the racing isn't that good, it's a spectacle to behold. Martinsville. In my opinion, this one is better for that local feel. When I went in 2015, I was 18 years old, a high school senior, and it felt to me so close to a high school football game, except it was better because there was racing there. Atlanta. Dale Jr. said if he had to bring someone to a race, this would be it, and if it's like the summer race they had this past year, I don't blame him. I'd bring him too. It's that smaller Daytona or Talladega. COTA, the most modern feeling track. This is one that for a lot of the younger crowd will have a younger generation there, as the audience is definitely skewing to that side, and there's plenty of attractions that are great there as well. It's probably the most modern NASCAR track. And then Kansas. This is one that I'm completely biased on because I haven't missed a fall race there since 2019, and outside of 2020, I've never been disappointed. It's in a great area, great city, and honestly, the racing might be the best in NASCAR with the way the next gen is, so you know there's going to be plenty of action and dicing it up through the field. To me, this is all you need to tell somebody who may be on the fence about going to a race and not wanting to try it. Have them try it. Don't break the bank. You know, it is a difficult economy, but if you're able to afford it and they are too, bring them, split costs, whatever it might be. But with that, I'm going to ask you, how would you get somebody into NASCAR? Would you bring them in person, or do you have another way? Let me and everybody else know down in the comments below. And while you're at it, leave a like on this video, share this video, and subscribe to this channel for more great NASCAR content. Thank you so much to all my channel members for continued support. And until next time, have a good one.